My next guest is a personal coach. She is an author. She is a global speaker. She is a mindset coach who is helping women redefine themselves, to find themselves. She wants you to be self-aware, self-assured. She wants you to believe that you are the true queen that you are. How is she helping you this? Well, because she walked the same path. She had a difficult and challenging abusive relationship that she has been very vulnerable and open with her followers on social media so that they don't have to accept some of the things that she accepted. They don't have to go through some of the things that she has gone through. And it's time for us to level up, Muthoni Mukiri. Welcome, Muthoni.
Thank you.
Look
Thank you so
at
much.
the book, Becoming the Woman of Your Dreams. Of
Yes.
your dreams. You see that woman that you're seeing and,
Yes.
and you're like, oh, I wish I was that. This book helps you do that. Plus, listen to this. Listen to the dedication. I dedicate this book to any woman who's living a life of shame, trapped in trauma and fear, living by the rules set by the society, who aspires to rise above her current state and become the woman in her mind. This is for the woman who dreams a life of freedom, joy, and meaning in her life. So beautiful.
Thank you. I was that woman, trapped in shame, in fear, in abusive relationships, people pleasing, low self-esteem. Yes, so I worked on myself, I went through healing, and now that's what I do for other women. I actually realized a lot of this information about healing trauma, childhood trauma, going through toxic relationships, low self-esteem, lack of confidence, a lot of this information is not out here. We go to school. You went to school. You became a journalist. Me too. You go to school. You're taught how to be an engineer, how to be a doctor. But no one teaches you how to handle your emotions. No one teaches you how to choose better, how to, have better confidence, how to master your emotions, deal with fear and such things.
Say no.
Say no.
Having boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who do you think that responsibility fell on, though? Was it for our moms to teach us? Was it for us to research on that? Like, how would we have known?
It should have come from home. It should start from home. But a lot of us are brought up by parents who also went through trauma, who also didn't understand those things. So they focused on the basics: food, education, clothing, shelter. You're going to school, you're being fed, so what else do you need? But then a lot of these things like neglect, not being loved enough at home, not being taught even how to show up on a date, how to deal with men, and even not being taught how a good relationship looks like, or a loving relationship. So you go out here, it's trial and error. You go through relationships, toxic. By the time you're done, you have dating fatigue. Yeah.
But how do you walk away, Muthoni? How do you say enough is enough? I don't want to do this anymore. Because you hear your friends, and this happens with females. I don't know if it happens with men, but with women, they would withstand this unimaginable pain and suffering just so that the relationship holds on and stays. But hata wakisema wanataka kutoka, bado tu yuko hapo 10 years later, and you don't know how to help them. For someone who's watching right now and they're trapped in a toxic situation, and when I say trapped, it's because you know he's not good for you, but you've tried to leave and you can't. What do you do?
So a lot of us attract what is familiar. Like if you are bringing the relationship with the parents was chaotic, or they never taught you what a loving relationship looked like, or they didn't even have that. So you attract that. That's what is familiar. That's what you find yourself in, because you don't think there is better. You've never seen better. You don't know better. So there is help. Seek help, go for therapy, come for coaching, read books. They actually, like, my YouTube channel is full of videos about healing and everything. So the reason a lot of women are trapped in those situations is because you don't think you can do better. Like for me, I was in an abusive relationship. And by the time I was going to seek help, I wasn't going to seek help to leave, to actually just walk away. But when I started seeking help is when I realized there are better relationships. You can have a loving person who's not controlling you, who's not beating you, who's not abusing you. It's okay.
How was it the first time? Now, I'm imagining it is, your man's. I'm imagining it's your husband. But how was it that first relationship after Why are you smiling like that?
No, it's because of how you're saying it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So how was it like the first time that you got into a healthy relationship? Because people don't talk about that, but you were traumatized.
You're waiting
so
for
you keep thinking,
yeah, he's pretending.
Kwa nini anauliza? Unataka kunigonga? You know what I mean?
Actually,
like, there's this impending doom and danger. And it's
Yeah.
like, I just wanted to find out if you're okay.
Yeah, for me, it was actually when I left that relationship, I went through my healing journey. I started working on myself. And my next boyfriend is now my husband. So I kept waiting for him to
Do something.
to be abusive, to call me names. So I was always on the edge. Like, I was hyper vigilant, waiting for him to shout at me, you know, to ask me, where are you from? Who are you talking to on the phone? But he never did.
And he never did. And
yeah.
you were like, why is
and
he
then I realized
pretending?
I am the problem, because that was what I was used to before. But now this is, okay, another difference was this was calm. It was peaceful. There was a lot of anxiety.
There
was no shouting. There was no, he's keeping me guessing. There was none of that. Like, he had put everything on the table. So I realized I was the problem, actually.
Oh, because did it get boring in terms of, were you always, because you're so used to you're used to so much chaos.
Yeah.
So you're like, wow, unanipenda kweli? Like, mbona naona tu vuruga? Because you get so accustomed to that being love.
Yeah.
You just didn't know what love was.
Yeah,
You thought you did.
initially, before my healing journey, I would have found it boring. I did find other guys boring. But after my healing journey, I recognized it. At some point, I was like, this is it. This is, you know, I had known that love is peace. And now when there was no violence, there was no shouting, there was no blocking, there was no ghosting, I was like, oh, this is it.
Was it even harder for you to go through all of these things while at the same time having to get on TV and talk to your viewers and have all these women who, you know, I see the comment section, I'm sure you get it in your DMs, and these are women that you were inspiring.
Yeah.
Did that make it even harder to share with someone? Because you must have looked like this strong, happy-go-lucky person, but truly, you know, you were living this devastating life.
You're celebrated out here. People are calling you Muthoni, you know, they're celebrating, they're happy for you, they want to be like you. But when you leave that studio, you just want to cry. Because at the other side is kwenda huko, you know, rudisha useleb huko. You know, so it was tough, you know, everyone telling you, most women telling you, I want to be like you. But then, you know, you deep down, I used to think, and I knew you don't want to be like me. Until I started my healing journey, I realized, you know what, I've been on national TV and I'm heartbroken. I have low self-esteem. I'm tolerating toxicity in my relationships.
Yeah.
I realized this information is not available out here. So then I took it upon myself to start talking about these things. So, and then at some point I realized, at some point I got a lot of people who wanted me to help them personally. So I went for certification. So I'm a certified mindset and personal development coach.
Excuse me, let's take it back. It's actually award-winning.
Yes.
Award-winning. Congratulations, because you won an award. Yes. So let's take it back.
Yes.
You're an award-winning.
Yeah. So I went to school and then I got certified, and then now I got the confidence to actually come out here as a coach. And then I won the award. That was the stamp, like Muthoni on the right path.
Yeah.
This is what you're supposed to be doing.
You really are, honestly.
Thank you.
Truly, truly.
It's
Your
taken me
fans
a
are
lot.
missing you on TV. Are you ever going to go? Yo, umeacha.
News nimewacha.
Okay.
I would go back on TV, but about what I'm talking about now, like the mental and
yes.
emotional and the coaching and the relationships, I would. I love TV, you know.
I think
I am a journalist by profession.
This would be a great show for MTV, actually.
Yes.
Speech. What does you want to watch? What does you want to watch?
The transition was hard, though.
Of course, I can imagine, because
Yeah.
it's a passion.
Yes, and then also I had been on TV for over 5 years. So then now I'm out here, I'm trying to find myself. I started over. So it was really hard, but I really had to believe I had a lot of value and believe in myself and know what I'm talking about, and the coaching is important. And I love it. I think it's my, I say I found my purpose.
I genuinely think this is your calling. I mean, your passion could be media, and it could come naturally to you, but I think that this, when anyone goes on your page, there's something I read earlier. I mean, there's so many things I could quote on your page, but there's one thing I read earlier, and you said that I think it's the healing journey begins. To heal, you must stop pretending that it hurts.
It doesn't hurt.
And a lot of people do that all the time.
We pretend
Niko
we're
poa,
okay. Yeah, excuse me. Actually, I say, fine is not a feeling. How are you? I'm fine. No, it's not a feeling. How are you feeling? Like, genuinely. You know, we are told to please. You have to put on this face. People should not know. it's okay.
Let them know.
That's how you
we
get
all
help.
go through these things.
Yes.
You said something interesting too, talking about women who date married men, and you said it's because of their brokenness.
Yes.
Not that brokenness, no, brokenness.
Yes.
How so? I thought people are doing it to get some money. Sometimes, some of them.
Some of them. It's not just about money. Married men are unavailable emotionally. They are not available for you. So anybody dating an unavailable partner is broken themselves. Yeah? And you find that when you date someone unavailable, you keep chasing them. There's something you're trying to prove to them. Maybe because you had an available dad and you had to keep proving yourself. You had to stick there and try to prove to him, Dad, I'm doing better in mathematics. I'm better now. You had to earn his love. So that's what you try to do with the married. You still replay your childhood until you heal. You keep replaying. We say girls date their dads and they marry their fathers if you don't do the work. You will, because that is what is familiar. Your dad was the first man in your life. That was the first relationship you had with a man. So that is what you know as a relationship with a man. So you find that actually a lot of women in abusive relationships had also come from abusive homes. Because we got accustomed to that. You don't know even how to be comfortable in a different situation. It's boring. It's not what you're used to. You don't know that. You know, I actually know people who are like that. They don't know how to be with a calm, peaceful man. Yeah. They're like, who you mean? They have to, you know, stop things and come up with drama. It's because of what we learned. Yeah. You know, they don't know what peace is, what love looks like. So the first relationship you have with a man is usually with your guardian. And then now you replay that relationship until you heal. And now you know you can do better or you can choose different. Now, I know I need to wrap up. Queen Diana, my director, just give me a few. I also want to talk about the ideology of strong, independent woman. Yes. That made me work myself to my bone for more than, I think, 11 years. And then one day in 2020, I was like, by the way, when my dad died, I was like, hey, we're all dying. Like, I don't know why it really affected. I actually need to heal myself. But it's something that we have been doing and carrying for a long time. On this other side, you can, you know, you don't want to look like a gold digger, right? Because a gold digger is someone who just wants... So you work hard. But ideally, deep down, we are scared girls who want to be taken care of. Yeah, who wants someone to open the door. We want that, but we have to put this front. We have to, because we think someone helping us, it means we're helpless or they're going to take advantage of us, you know. And you know, we misuse the word strength of a woman. Strength is not in your demeanor. I'm strong, excuse me, leave me alone. Your strength is measured by how much you pick up the pieces when things go south. How much you're able to bring yourself back to that happy place. It's not, because that person who has a wall, what are you covering behind? If that wall is broken down for the strong, independent women, they're just broken little girls. And the strong, independent women are the ones that find themselves married or dating feminine men who just want to be taken care of. Where is strength there? There's no strength anywhere there. Yeah. So I have also to do the homemaking. I got pregnant. Baby girl. Nilichoka. Take care of me. And you know, the feminine, you really have to know how to accept help, how to ask for it and accept it. And number 2 is being nurturing. You know, strong, independent women, excuse me, don't tell me to do that, I don't do that. Man, strong, independent women. And we're letting men still walk all over us. There's nothing, if you are strong, independent women, but then you pay all the bills, you have no boundaries. Like, you're doing everything, even the other person's part. Yeah. You know, so... And please, we're not saying you should not have money or you don't go broke. I have money. Yes, I have money and I love money. And I'm making money. But there's no award in... You can't be everything. You find that you want to be strong in the office. At the end of the day, you're crying in your bedroom because you can't do everything. It's too much all the time. Yes. It's too much. And you realize, and also sometimes we want to be, I'm strong, I'm independent, I'm making my own money. Then we disable our partners. We want to do everything, and then we come out here crying. They don't do anything. But ideally, you spoiled everything. Yeah. So what do we want? Do you think it's because you train them at the beginning with that strong, independent woman madness? Sorry? Do you think it's you as the woman who trains them at the beginning? Because I also used to have this thing like back in the day. Well, I was like, you will not disrespect me. I can pay for myself. What was that? It's associating being helped with helplessness, or like you're not capable. You're not serious. Yes, or like they will take no, people, they don't take advantage of it just because you don't have money or because you can't do it. It's not about money if you think about it. It's not. It's not about money. Yeah. It's about much more. Yes, it's about being feminine. It's about leaning more into your femininity. As much as I love money, I am a career woman, I'm out here, but I've learned to lean more into my femininity. It's working so well for me. I don't have to carry everything on my shoulders. It's heavy, it's tiring. And you find that a lot of strong, independent women are angry and resentful and all those things.
And you talk about all of that here in the book.
I've spoken about a lot, especially about my own life, my relationship with my father, my childhood trauma, a lot about my relationships, everything, about self-esteem, about
celibacy.
understanding.
Did you touch on celibacy? Because I saw you talk about it on your IG.
That was a question.
Oh, it was a question. Okay. I was like, it's
but I've spoken about also my marriage. I've spoken about a lot.
Yeah.
So this is actually a guide. It's like, I say it's coaching in a book, or you can say, some people say it's therapy in a book. It's about healing your trauma, dealing with your fears. Yes, I'm really excited about the book. We are launching it on 2nd of November at the Sankara rooftop. The tickets are still ongoing. The sale is still ongoing. Yes.
Becoming the woman of your dreams. Heal your trauma, deal with shame and fear to live the life you've always wanted.
There's always that woman in your mind.
Always.
Yeah.
Imagine, she doesn't have to be a dream.
Yeah.
And it can just be you. Yes. Honestly, it can just be you.
Yeah.
Many of you, like I said, knew her on TV. Alianza kuhustle zamani alikuwa anaulizanga lines za Safaricom.
Yes, I've done so many things.
Yes. So akiongelea hizi vitu zote, she truly has the experience. And having, you know, being someone who has so much respect from everybody else and you feel broken within yourself, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. Being successful in, you know, corporate world, but things are just not good at home. What can you do so that you can become that kind of woman you want to be? So the book, like she said, is being launched on the 2nd of November.
That's
so
Thursday.
make sure, hosted by Mukiri, if I'm not wrong.
Mukiri Mary is the host. Caroline Motuko. Yeah, Caroline Motuko is the chief guest. We have Lilian Jiru. She's also a coach. She talks about elegance and being a polished woman, how to level up in that area also. We also want to look good as much as we're leveling up also mentally. And then we have Lilian Muli will be there. We have Kambua will be leading us with prayers. We have a lot of the faces
phenomenal
that you see.
women.
Yes, and yourself as well.
Okay. What? It looks like a long list of women.
It is. So, karibuni sana. Yes, and then also you go home with a copy of the book after the launch. So yes, the book will be available afterwards. I'll be I'm in talks with a lot of bookstores. So I'll be letting you know where you can find the book on my social media pages. I'll say that. I'll talk about that after.
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. This is my first book. I'm really honestly.
You should be proud of yourself.
I've written it for 3 years.
Huge achievement.
Since 2020.
You're like Taylor Swift. That guy needs to know you are making money, honey. The stress you gave her, she's making money and coins
everyone,
now.
Yes, and everyone who's broken, going through a hard time, or going through stuff or an identity crisis, you can go to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of videos there. Actually, a lot of people say they found healing through my videos.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah. It's true. Please go to her page. Honestly, check it out. Muthoni Mukiri.
Muthoni's Mission. Now the YouTube channel is Muthoni's. No, it was, I named it that from the beginning. I'm on a mission. I really want to preach the word of healing and we are doing better, working on yourself. You know, all those things we want.
Yeah, it's very, very timely. The world needs hope. Make sure you get the book, 2nd of November.